eIDAS is a good example of breaking down barriers and cross-border interoperability of e-signatures and making sure that e-business can be done easily and effectively. And obviously the global standards for e-signatures as well, or the ETSI standards, the wide adoption of those is really important. And I think as a business, we'll continue to make sure that we are standards compliant and not go down the proprietary route, because that ultimately gives our customers the best flexibility and the best choice, and gives them the best ability to transact cross-border and globally, preserves their documents for the longest time period, and does it within a standard which can be independently verified from our technology due to the global standards it's based on. So I think it's improved. I think before eIDAS we were seeing a lot of different local sort of legislation and laws kind of drawn up, and eIDAS helped to standardize that. It is providing a kind of gold standard in the area of e-signatures, and of course we're seeing in places like Middle East, Latin America, even Asia, where they're saying we want the eIDAS compliant remote signing way of doing things. So, and of course some countries are still taking the step to migrate from hardware into the kind of software-based or server-side centrally held keys and credentials. So it provides a good platform for people to adopt similar kind of gold standards in that area. I think there is a barrier where someone takes the eIDAS regulation in a certain country, but then slaps even more stringent rules around it, because then it kind of defeats the object of having the kind of centralized regulation for that region or area. So I think in Germany there are slight tweaks, and in France there's slight nuances in terms of the certificates you can use and the way that is done. I think one of the barriers initially was how do you get how do you register someone, how do you enroll someone, how do you properly vet them? And the use of video vetting was a hot topic, because it was unclear for trust service providers whether they could issue qualified certificates using video-based means. And I think it is accepted now that technologies like Read ID or ID Now or Zeal ID, these type of technologies are accepted for that enrollment process, because otherwise it kills the user experience entirely, because they've got to go physically to a location, a local RA sort of facility to go and get that certificate. And no one wants that in this day and age. Everyone wants everything on their mobile right now and right here, and they're prepared to, it's just a question of price then in terms of what level of certificate they can get. So it's making that a very seamless process at the registration end, I think, for the higher trust credentials.